Ignore all of the elegant sounds that you hear in the background and things like that. What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. You know, I've been talking to some of my buddies in other locations, right? And they're into real estate and things like that. And one of the things they continue to suggest to me is to buy up all of the lots next to, or the properties next to where I stay, or the properties that I own, in order for me to be able to protect myself against institutional investors. Let me say that one more time. They're encouraging me not only to buy up properties from a real estate perspective when a deal comes along, but to also buy the properties that are next to it if they become available, whether they're lots or other homes that go for sale, just so I can make sure that I can protect my investment. Now, why is that happening? Ooh, all good things. Tawana's getting us some banana pudding. Actually, this strawberry shortcake looked like it hit too. Didn't you get the key lime pie last time?
Yes.
It's peanut butter mud pie. I've never tried that. Maybe we'll just get the cheesecake. Yeah, can you give me the banana pudding? Man, there's so many good things. You know what? These chocolate covered strawberries though. $22 a pound? That's a lot. Or it sounds like it's a lot. Michigan cherry chocolate chunk. Alright, so Rita, I'm gonna get a cookie, a cherry chocolate chunk, and I'm gonna get the banana pudding. But the biggest problem, let me get back to what I was saying. The biggest problem that's happening in the real estate world has nothing to do with home prices per se. It has everything to do with the reasons why home prices are happening the way that they are. And part of the reason why home prices are happening the way that they are is because there's institutional investors, the Black Rocks, and much larger companies. There's even a company that's owned by or invested in by Amazon founder Jeff Bezos that is participating in buying up a lot of the different real estate and then being able to rent it out. And so real estate for a long time has always been the vehicle for the majority of regular Americans like you and me, right? Because no matter how much my net worth is, I'm not an institutional investor. So I don't have the buying power that a lot of these larger companies have. So it's largely been the way that a lot of regular everyday Americans have gotten rich. More people have gotten rich in sales and real estate than pretty much any other industry, because real estate and the riches that come along with it is based off of your net worth. And so if you're able to park some money somewhere that continues to rise, beat the rate of inflation, and then allows for you to continue to get rich as a result of it, that's the move, that's the play. It's a proven play, it's a proven way in order to continue to hold and build wealth. And as long as you know what you're doing as far as either buying and flipping, wholesale, investing, or renting it out as a landlord, and you're not a slumlord, and we all know that there's ways for people to be able to mess up and finesse the whole move and fumble the bag and all of that, but as long as you're doing the things the right way, there's no reason why you should not be successful with regard to real estate. The problem for a lot of people is that they're speculative buyers, and so they find themselves in spaces where they pulling the money out of the property, they trying to gamble, they finessing, and so they're trying to move too fast instead of trying to hold money or stack money into investments that ultimately make you more money long term. But again, let's go back to institutional investors. So recently, as recent as the last 5-6 years, and it's become more pronounced every single day, institutional investors has started parking a lot of their money in real estate, which has driven up the prices because it makes, what's going on, family? How y'all doing? It's driven up the prices because it's preventing or is forcing other people, individual people, to compete against these institutional investors. And then B, it creates less inventory. And so that drives up the prices, and also it adds more profitability to their balance books. Now, you can't necessarily say they can or can't, because the federal government can't regulate what's going on in the housing industry. The only thing that they can try to do is try to incentivize these communities and townships and cities to allocate a certain amount of what's being built in the future for lower income people. But that doesn't solve it. I'm not even sure how you can solve it. But one thing that people are starting to do is that they're starting to take things into their own hands. And so more successful people like the Mark Zuckerbergs and the Elon Musks, what they would do is when they would buy a home, and we talking about billionaires, but we're gonna bring it all the way down to us, right? Look at Rita. Rita got the banana pudding popping. Pudding, got a pudding pop. What they would do is they would not only buy the home that they were going to live in or the property that they would visit, they would buy the property next to them. And so people that also have resources, because let's be clear, there are a lot of people that's getting to that bag. People that have resources are on an individual level protecting themselves and their investments against institutional investors. They protecting their views, right? I've just read an article where one couple bought the lot next door. Now, obviously it depends on the location that you at, but they bought the lot next door for over $3 million because they felt like it was a good investment because of their lifestyle. It's not about the money. It's about protecting themselves against institutional investors. And so what I think is going to happen in the future, I believe that long term, you're going to start seeing a revolt against larger institutions that's impeding on what people are doing every single day. What larger institutions are basically doing is they're doing the same thing. Look at Rita. You want to get in the car? It's not open? All right, here we go. It's unlocked now. They're doing the same thing that the Walmarts and Amazons did to mom and pop stores and small businesses. They're coming in, they're taking over everything, and then they're forcing everybody out because you can't compete against the amount of capital that they have put up. And so people are starting to revolt a little bit. I see that there's going to be a transformation. I think people need to start keeping their eyes peeled because there's going to be a completely different narrative that spins out over the next 5 to 10 years. Listen to what I'm saying. You're gonna refer back to this video and then I'm gonna say I told you so. I'm gonna say I told you so. If I'm not retired from content creation, I'm gonna say I told you so. I told you that this is going to happen. Oh, that's pretty awesome. See the Greek Town Casino up there? They had this little animation up there. But anyways, just my thoughts. What do you think about real estate when it comes to competing against institutional investors? Do you think that they mess up the market? Do you think that that should be reserved for individual investors? And then how many properties do you have before you be considered an institutional investor? Let me know in the comments. Hit a like for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications to know when I drop a video or I go live. Thank you for continuing to rock with me. I love you guys. I appreciate you. More importantly, make sure you tap into the Patreon. We have a lot of good conversations in addition to pouring into one another to make sure that we're securing the bag, that we're getting the best available results, and that people don't look like a dusty, but we adding value to each other every single day. I love you guys. I appreciate you. If you need to get in touch with me personally, email me at antondaniels413@gmail.com, and we're going to get you scheduled for a Zoom call or a personal call and make sure that you're good, all right? And y'all stay focused. Let me know in the comments what y'all think. I'll holler at y'all later. Peace.